We're good. Wait.
Now we're good.
Yes. You got to remember to do that early so we ain't going to wait
Right.
like 5
We're
minutes.
back again. Apologize if I smell like a lawnmower. It took me 3 hours to get those 4 days of rain out of the yard.
And you were just talking about the alkaline water. Or no, hydro pills. Or
Hydrogen, yeah. Hydrogen tablets to start putting into the water. The that guy that was on the JRE.
Which one?
I cannot remember his freaking name now. You put me on the spot.
It is what it is.
He has a company that develops the hydrogen tablets, and they make an ice bath that you can put hydrogen into.
Yeah.
And hydrogen, when you put it in the water, it's a gas. Hydrogen's a gas. And when it gets into your skin or into your system, it is a selective antioxidant. There's a lot of different types of hydrogen, but the one in particular that he's developed, and it's like just this basic form of hydrogen, is a selective antioxidant. It will take all of these inflammatory chemicals and stuff in your body and essentially eliminate them. He was talking about how he's had people that are just riddled with arthritis come in, take a 25-minute session in his hydrogen bath. So it's essentially a bathtub, and they make like these big fucking bath bombs of this hydrogen. Throw it in the bathtub, let them sit there for 25 minutes. They would skip out of there like they just won the lottery.
Didn't they say CBD does that shit too?
CBD is another anti-inflammatory. That's why people make lotions and creams and stuff.
Oh
out
yeah,
of
like if you're hurting,
because it'll do is it subdermal?
I don't know.
Subdermal
Layer.
meaning it'll get into your skin. It can seep into your skin.
Yeah,
I think
heard
that's what
of
that
that before.
means.
your subdermal layer, dude. The fridge.
The fridge is still on.
It's
We
going-
started a little quick today.
It's going. Well, we got into some interesting shit immediately.
Yeah, we did. Oh, the phone.
Perfect.
The Cayman Jacks are just going to remain room temperature.
No, they were kind of cold. They were kind of cold. That fridge will keep its temperature. It'll be good.
We'll get there. But yeah, I have. I looked up those Amazon. I looked up the hydrogen tablets on Amazon, and they do carry them from that guy's company. So I do think that I'm going to start getting into some of that because it's really good for anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
I think that'll be really helpful. I don't really have a lot of joint pain. I don't really have a lot of pain in general.
Yeah.
I don't get
What'd you do
stiff.
to your pinky? Smash it in a fucking...
No, I got it. I cut it at work, and Grayson's got this. It's a horse spray. It's a spray bottle, and it's like a wound cover. And you spray it on a wound, and it kind of hardens up and stops the bleeding. So I was bleeding pretty good, and he sprayed it on there.
Dude, you need to tell him about being gone for 4 fucking days. And it fucking rained every fucking day at work, dude. Every single day this week. On me.
Every single day.
Jesse's up there. No rain at all,
Went to
dude.
New
Clear
Johnsonville,
skies.
Tennessee, just 4 hours away. Nothing terrible. Get all the way up there. And doggone it. Look at the radar. Rain.
For here or for up there?
For here.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be the same up there. Because what storm system hits us and doesn't hit anywhere else north? Most of the time, it's a freaking just long chain of storms that just goes across the entire United States. No.
You got fucking lucky, dude.
We got rained on most of the drive up there the day we left Monday. It was raining when I got to Grayson's and when I offloaded my bags and stuff. Got all the way up there. Cloudy, sun. And then it was sun shining all week until Thursday when we decided to leave.
And then you drive
We were
7
working
fucking
in the
hours.
rain. Like it was sprinkling a little bit while we were doing our last little bit of work on Thursday.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you serious? On the day we want to leave is when it wants to start raining.
But then you escaped the rain, though, and came down here. And it
We
started
didn't escape
sunning.
shit. It got worse the further south we came.
While you were driving down the
Yes.
interstate? Dude, I was on my way home from work Thursday in the fucking Stang, dude. and I was almost stopped dead on the interstate. Everybody had their flashers on because all of a sudden the sky just opened up and just was.
Yeah, hell, we come up the backside of Mont Eagle, coming south, Mont Eagle Mountain.
Yeah,
and then started coming down Mont Eagle. The fog was unlike anything I've ever seen, and then it just started. But I got home, the rain stopped, and the sun come out. I went.
Today, as soon as I got off work, got back home, it's humid as shit outside right now too.
Yeah, it's bad right
It's
now.
fucking sticky.
Where is it? There it is.
Oh, and I'll go ahead and tell them about the old.
Yeah. How'd the week treat you?
Well, my week was fine, but I did get to witness a total implosion of a company, like right before my eyes, because they work on the other side of the belt from us. DC Express. This dude he's from North Carolina, lives in North Carolina, but he owns a bunch of FedEx routes everywhere, owns a restaurant. So you remember all the COVID money that they gave out for businesses to pay their employees like 5 years ago? Dude took that money, there's like $600,000, and he went and bought a business with it instead of paying his employees because whatever.
I guess.
Here we are 5 years later. The FBI busts down dude's door, arrests him, charges him with like racketeering, fucking fraud, money laundering, all this bullshit, dude. So, and then fines him like $1.5 million for it. FBI, open up. And then, so throughout the week, his manager quits and goes and works for a different contractor. His second manager quit and came and worked for us. We stole 2 more drivers from them. And today, after all that went down, they had 12 routes going out today. 3 of their employees showed up. And they have 9 routes just sitting there at the fucking terminal. I got back and I just looked over and I just went,
God.
All these trucks were packed full of shit too on the other side of the belt from me. I was just like, yeah, too damn bad, dude. I guess those people ain't getting their shit today, dude. I don't know when they're gonna get it. I mean, we work tomorrow, but who the fuck wants to go do all that extra shit tomorrow?
Yeah, no kidding.
If they ask me, I'll do it. If they ask me and they say, I'm going to say I'll do it for $5 a stop, I'll go run my route for my dad, and I'll go park the truck back in the terminal, and I'll go hop in one of theirs and do as much as I fucking can until nighttime and just get a gigantic check from them.
Making bang.
I hope I might do it. It depends on how I'm feeling tomorrow.
Yeah, no kidding.
When I because once I get, you know, like once you get off work, and or not really off, but like you pull back into the station and you go park, and you're like, and then your boss will call you and be like, hey, so-and-so needs help, something like that. You're like, I'll do it, but... Or like you plan to do something extra, like after you get off work, and once you get to the end of your day, you're like, yeah, I'm going to just go home.
I'm just going home. I'm just going home. Like, I ain't doing it today.
Yeah, fuck that.
Now, back during COVID, did y'all, like as a delivery driver, was there any like, hey, we're just gonna send you home for 2 weeks, or
dude, that's not even possible. Dude, the shit never stopped.
Okay, so he got that money,
and he was still making money. And guess what? During COVID, FedEx went to fucking 7 days a week. We were just working Monday through Saturday, and you know, because COVID happened, everybody was at home.
Yeah,
everybody else got to stay off work for 2 weeks. You know, all that bullshit.
Still getting paid.
Yeah, FedEx went, damn. We're getting so much shit right now. We got to go to 7 days a week. And just not building.
So he really didn't have to pay his employees anything because they were already still working.
Yeah, and it was working extra now.
And was now working extra.
And he was probably making more because they get paid owners get paid on commission for stops getting delivered. So he was making more because during COVID, everybody was ordering shit to their house. And then he took that money. He took that money from the government that you're supposed to use, like, say if you're, like, you own a restaurant and your business shuts down or something.
Yeah.
He took that fucking money and just bought another company with it. And I'm wondering, like I was telling my dad about, I wonder if it was because of Elon was looking through the Doge shit and was seeing where all the fraud and waste
went. It's almost gotta be. It's almost gotta be.
It's been like 5 years. There's no, they would have said something by now.
Yeah. Like, if they were actually on par with that and keeping up with that kind of stuff right then and there, They would have nabbed his ass like 6 months later.
Yeah, so that means they didn't give a shit about that. Or they're probably just like, well, he bought another company with it, so, well.
More taxes for us.
Either that or, the people that work in the government probably don't give a shit enough to even do anything. Like, just some lady working on the computer, like, I guess this guy's taxes are right. Here's your fucking return.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine having to sift through all of these tax returns?
Dude, I need my fucking check from the federal government. I still ain't got it back.
You ain't got your taxes?
I've sent my check into Georgia. I don't know if my check from the federal government's came in yet because they have to mail it to me. I don't have direct deposit. What? Dude, all they do is mail it to me. Yeah, I get one of those Statue of Liberty checks.
Why don't you have the direct deposit?
Because I pay an accountant to do my shit. I don't do my shit. I'm not doing it for free. I can't sit down and do my taxes.
It takes 15 minutes.
I've done it one time.
You get a W-2?
Yes.
Dude, it takes 15 minutes. I've been doing it myself since I was 16.
It can't be done. It's impossible.
I hate taxes. I should have never started paying them.
It's impossible.
Because if you never start paying taxes, they don't know.
Well, whenever you're 16 and 17 and you're working, that's taxation without representation. Dude.
Yeah, because you can't vote.
Exactly, dude. That's illegal.
Terrible.
That's illegal, dude.
The movie The Patriot. Have you ever seen the movie The Patriot?
Mel Gibson,
yes.
Yeah, fucking true American hero, dude.
Yes.
Oh, he's
I
Australian.
just seen a YouTube short of that one the other day. He's like, do I believe in the prosperous lives of all Americans? Sure. Do I believe in taxation without representation? Absolutely not. But I don't think we need to go to war over it. And he was like this grizzled war veteran.
Dude, I hate England so bad, dude. I hate them.
I have to give them a little bit of credit, though, because they did just vote and pass a law that says a woman is a biological female reproductive
They're just doing
organs.
this one little thing.
I know.
And they're just
I know.
going
It's
to
just
arrest
one
somebody
thing in a bucket of bullshit.
They're going to arrest another dude for posting a hilarious meme on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, it's like taking a 5-gallon bucket of human feces and putting a sprinkle on top and say you made a dessert.
Dude, and that's why, see, imagine a cop pulling up to your house and saying, sir, here's this photo that's in your group chat, dude. You'd be like, well, officer, here's my 9mm. How about you get the fuck off the property, dude? Freedom of speech. Dude, the Founding Fathers hit it on the nose with the Constitution, too.
And it's crazy that they
hate, dude, all these Congress people and the World Economic Forum people hate that we have the Constitution. They hate it so much because they can't, like, get around it and, like, control it like they can control Canada, Australia, the UK, and like all of Europe.
Yeah.
Garrett,
it just
I'm going to unmute your mic real quick.
Kills me.
Oh, God, that's the wrong one.
That they were capable of having such, like, forethought. Looking well beyond their years.
Deep research analysis, dude.
Well beyond their years. How is the world going to change?
Well, they just went through a war over that shit. And they didn't even know if it was going to work whenever they declared their independence.
So it's like, regardless of how the world's going to change.
Did you sprint down here?
Here is the absolute most basic God-given stuff that will outlive every change that the world goes through. No matter what changes. AI is being created. We still have the Constitution.
It was pretty simple stuff. It was like, what? Freedom of speech, freedom of the press.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of religion. You had to have guns because that protects the First Amendment.
Mm.
And then what? The third one is like something more like cops like can't come stay in your house or like soldier like no searches, no like illegal searches or seizures. You know, like where you can tell a cop like I don't want my car searched, and then they do that little loophole where they're like, well, my dog fucking hit on it.
First Amendment, freedom of religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition. Right to bear arms, most important. No quartering of soldiers.
Yeah,
meaning that during wartime, they're not allowed to come to your home and say, "We're going to stay here."
Yeah.
And then Fourth Amendment, search and seizure. That's
like where they can't search your vehicle, like search your private property.
Unreasonable search and seizure.
Yeah.
You can't just without probable cause.
We know plead the fifth. where you can just not say shit until you're
Grand jury, yes. Double jeopardy. Self-incrimination. Due process takings. 6th, right to a speedy trial by jury, witnesses, counsels. 7th, jury trial and civil lawsuits. Excessive fines, cruel and unusual punishments. The 8th. Non-enumerated rights retained by people. I'm not really sure what enumerated means. Maybe I should. I don't know. This is a weird fucking website.
I'll look up enumerated while you read the 10th one.
10th Amendment, rights reserved to states or people. Suits. This is just essentially just a rundown of what each one's for. It's not actually.
Mention a number of things one by one. Establish the number of. Oh.
So there was only 12. The rest of them are called Reconstruction Amendments. The 13th was the
Aaron sent me one that
abolition of slavery.
Dude.
Abolition of slavery.
You know Aaron's a big lib.
Yeah.
He sent me one that Trump's trying to do. You know, like Trump's trying to do his third term.
Ooh, dude, we just need to get rid of the 16th Amendment altogether.
What is that one?
Income tax. Congress shall have the power to lay and collect taxes on incomes from whatever source derived without appointment among the several states and without regard to any census or ban the 16th Amendment.
Dude, anyway, Aaron was talking about, you know how Trump's trying to do his third term? Guess who the libs are wanting to do a third term now? Obama. He sent me a picture of a hat that says Obama 2028 on it. And I went, dude, why y'all fighting with each other? Still, dude. Obama.
That would be unconstitutional even if Trump did it.
Yeah. And then I heard some diehard MAGAs, because I know some people like that too. They were like, well, and whenever I heard this, look, I love Trump. Don't get me wrong. But whenever I heard somebody tell me, Vance can run as president, Trump can be VP, and then if Vance wins, he can just step down and Trump can be the president. I went, dude, shut the fuck up, dude. We're not doing this. Just let Vance and pick somebody, whoever the fuck you want.
Let Trump run his his second term. If Vance wants to get in there and run 2 terms and let Trump be VP, go for it.
And the MAGA people that I talked to did not like whenever I said I don't want no fucking king. He can have his 2 terms and he can get the fuck out.
Yeah. It's I don't care who does it. He could be the most upstanding president in
And that's
history.
what the founding fathers were talking about too. Where they were like, "But there is no king of this land, dude.
You can't do that.
There's no king of this land."
That's just not. That's how you start getting into some pretty dark waters.
And I heard another one where it was like, president. All that means is you preside in the role of president. Like you're just presiding there, like all that shit.
It's not permanent.
And you know, all these executive orders happened. You know, Obama's the one that gave... Obama, whenever he was in office and the Dems had the House and the Senate, they're the ones that passed into law where the president has the powers to sign those executive orders. So they brought that whole beast on themselves.
I think he signed the most executive orders.
I thought that was Biden.
It could have been that one, too.
Because as soon as he got in, he just was... Was it actually him? Or was it just the gigantic 6'6" clone of Biden signing all that shit? Did you see that picture of them where it was their family photo for Easter and they just and they just edited Biden into it?
Who holds the record for executive orders? Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Shit, he was in for 20 years.
Has the distinction of making a record of 3,721 executive orders. In 2021, President Joe Biden issued 42 executive orders in the first 100 days. Okay, so yeah, Joe Biden holds the record for the most executive orders in the shortest amount of time. 42
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. This crap.
42 executive orders in the first 100 days of his presidency, more than any other president since Harry Truman.
Yeah, but FDR was in there for 20 fucking years, though, wasn't he? He was in for 4 terms, and he was fucking had no legs.
Donald Trump signed a total of 220 executive orders during his first term. As of January 2025, 72 of them have been revoked by Joe Biden.
Now they're probably just right back, good to go. Man, it's hard to stay in the loop on this because I ain't been listening to a bunch of the political ones for a minute.
Google calls Joe Biden's term as president his singular term. If Google's saying that was his only one, that was his only one.
No, that was Obama's third term, was about on.
Yeah, he was a puppet, wasn't he?
Was he?
He was not the president. He was not in control of anything, not even his own bowel movements.
Dude, he signed, what was it, the pardons or something? It was just like an electronic signature. And everybody was like, these can technically just be null and void.
Yeah, he signed a bunch of pardons right before he got out. Hell, he even preemptively pardoned his own son.
Hold on, I have to play you this. Because this dude was the dude talking about, God, I need to find this. He was talking about Israel and Palestine. And
Here
shit
we
like
go
that.
again. Shit.
Dude, no,
Here we go again.
This is a dude that they were talking. Hold on, I gotta find it.
Damn it, CJ!
But at the tail end, all that's good until the time. Professors and shit.
I ain't gonna be able to find it right now. But hold on.
No, they probably do. It's like total cool lingo down there. They got a ton.
Some dollars damage.
Yeah, so like the weapons of war went up so fucking South Africa, and then you bring your own. Right, so like.
I don't even think it's this one, to be honest with you.
Just casually experiencing dead air.
Yes. Fuck it. We'll just move on. It was one where this dude was like, some lady asked a question to this dude that was on stage, and she was like, so do you think it's okay for Israel to just basically send people pagers and just blow them up, and they could just be innocent people around and all that shit, and then use AI to do face detection and send like drones into them and blow them up, you know? And this dude just goes, the funniest pause, like you know, like the truth frequency and like the line frequency. This dude, his answer, he was literally like, the mic was right here, and he goes, he was just like freaked it. Like whenever Fauci was like, remember whenever like Fauci was on the fucking thing for COVID, and they were asking him questions about it, and he was down there like, this is like the most uncomfortable shit of all
Or
time.
like when they questioned Mark Zuckerberg about the privacy policies
And
of
he looks
Facebook.
like a fucking lizard down there.
Did you see that clip the other day? It was when Mark was on the JRE, and Joe Rogan was like, "You hid stuff from us. You took orders from the government, and you did this really bad thing. And now I'm just supposed to believe you're one of the good guys." And Mark was just like, and Joe was like, "All right, moving on."
Dude, and then the one I sent you with JP, dude. I hate, and then that English dude and JP reminded me of each other. Do you know like all these like people that like think they're smart and like they have to say something profound to every sentence?
I'm just going to go ahead and preface by saying we are not smart.
We're retarded.
We're retarded.
But I'm looking at these people like they're
So-
fucking the nerds need their
Take
pants.
what you hear with a grain of salt.
The nerds need to have their pants pulled down, dude. JP and that English dude, somebody just needs to come up behind them and just pull their fucking pants down.
The
And
word
put-
retard is
and-
making a comeback.
and push them over, dude. Right, dude, because every sentence that JP, Jordan Peterson, tries to fucking say, he has to like try to make the most profound statement you've ever fucking heard in your life, and you're like, Jade, just talk like a regular fucking dude.
You know, he's kind of taking.
and then
the
he was
same-
on there, like I told you, he was on there.
I still
like
haven't finished that one.
he was on there talking about, you gotta watch out, Jay. You gotta watch out for like the people that you have on your show and like all that shit. And I thought it was hilarious because whenever I heard the clip, I didn't even listen to it, but I would listen to like the little clips on Twitter that I heard of him talking about shit
Yeah.
like that. Then I went and looked, and what made me laugh was a clip of Jordan Peterson going, you got to watch out for the people that are on your show, man. I mean, there's no telling what they're going to talk about, and this is a huge platform. Next episode, Joey fucking Diaz. It's like you, JP, you fucking nerd, dude.
Yeah,
we got a real
I've been
podcast.
tuned out tuned out for about a week now, so I've got a lot of stuff I got to catch up on.
Yeah, basically went from you got to watch out for who you're gonna have on your show to what's going on, cocksuckers.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna have to
Joey
listen to
Diaz,
those.
dude.
I'm gonna have to listen to those.
Dude, Joey Diaz goes deep on fucking aliens and shit.
Oh, no.
He's like, dude, they're out there, dog. I'm telling you, because he lives in
What
New
a
Jersey.
perfect follow up to Jordan Peterson, though.
Yeah, being like, you got to watch out for people that's on your show,
Yeah.
man. And then Joey Diaz just,
It's the biggest middle finger to Jordan Peterson ever.
yeah.
And what kills me is,
Dude, and he's the one that got wrecked for freedom of speech, which is how he got famous, right?
Yeah.
Whenever he was in Canada, and now he's trying to tell
Yeah.
Joe about fucking who he's gonna have on his show.
like, I got brought into Jordan Peterson's atmosphere.
That's
and
the
I was
college
like-
shit, right?
Yeah. And I was like, I kind of like what this guy's having to say. He's actually taking a stand and doing, saying what he needs to say, saying what needs to be said, standing up to the people
A
that
watermelon one.
say that, you shouldn't be saying this kind of stuff. And I was like, I like this guy. So I started listening to him, and I followed watermelon, he says.
You can keep those mangoes, dude. They're ass.
I can't even...
Yeah, but you'll notice whenever Jordan Peterson started working for the Daily Wire, ran by a Jew, Ben Shapiro, that he had to start watching what he said.
There is no watermelon in here.
There has to be.
No.
Or just give me strawberry then.
Strawberry. There's more strawberries. It's strawberry, and mango.
But you noticed whenever he started working for the Daily Wire and getting those huge checks from the Jew Ben Shapiro,
Well, and that's another thing is
he started, and then Candace Owens got fired from there because she didn't give a fuck. And then he was talking about Christ is King too, and he said you shouldn't say that because it's anti-Semitic. Jordan Peterson was. On Joe.
pain right to the
It's
chest.
because Ben Shapiro's a fucking pussy, dude.
Well, that's what kills me.
he needs to move out of Nashville, Tennessee, and go back to fucking L.A. where he's from.
I was listening to Jordan Peterson. At the same time, I was listening to Ben Shapiro. Because at the time, Ben Shapiro had some good things to say.
like
he
Ben.
was kind of in a good spot. He was
I
right
like-
there with Jordan.
But did you like Ben Shapiro too? Whenever we were like 17,
Oh, yeah.
and
yeah,
then
this
you-
is...
Then we grew up 5-6 years later, and we're like, dude, I think Ben Shapiro might just be a fucking idiot.
Well, it's like they got more and more obvious in the things that they were trying ultimately
To, like,
support.
push.
Yeah, to push.
Yeah.
You got to see the message they were trying to push, and I was like, you know what? And Ben kind of fell off for me. I was like, you're pushing way too much of this bullshit for me to really listen to you anymore. And Jordan Peterson was kind of still doing his own thing.
Until he
And
started
like,
working
and
for
like
Daily
you
Wire.
said, once he got involved with the Daily Wire, it was like he went downhill. I was like, there's a pattern. There's a pattern here.
Candace Owens, she was doing her own thing.
She got fired from the Daily
Went
Wire.
and
didn't
worked
she?
for the Daily Wire. Some kind of disagreement occurred. Fired. And then she's out here just still doing her own fucking thing.
Yeah.
Her shit's good, dude. I
There's
love Candace Owens.
something there. Like
It might be that, I don't know, they wear these little hats, dude, and on the back of their head to like cover their bald spot.
No, it's not a yakima. What is it?
I'm just saying it could be something to do with that as to why your freedom of speech is getting fucked up. I'm just saying. Allegedly.
Allegedly. There's something wrong with that little hat up there.
I don't know what it does to people, but whenever they start getting that bag from that little hat back there, dude, they start conforming and trying to go on JRE and go, dude, you have to just suck Netanyahu's dick, dude. You have to just suck Netanyahu's dick. And Joe just goes, all right, here's Joey Diaz. Fuck you, cocksucker. I'm on.
Cocksucker. I love you, cocksucker.
God, dude. And I hate how all these, like, super smart scientist people, like, dude, the Weinsteins, I cannot listen to those fucking people whenever they're on Joe Rogan. I go in there, and the dude, have you seen his, like, other YouTube videos that are, like, cringe?
Mm-mm.
And his podcast, he thinks he is the smartest person to ever, he has a theory of everything, dude. Like, he knows.
My big toe.
Dude, he has a fucking book, like, this big of, like, documents, and it's his theory of everything. Like, he fucking knows how everything came to be, dude. That's how fucking pretentious this asshole is, dude. And I'm like, dude, if I'm a dumbass, and I can tell that you're a fucking full of shit, dude.
There's no doubt in my mind.
He uses big words. So fucking what?
I like to use big words to make myself seem more photosynthesis.
And his last name is Steen, by the way.
There's no doubt in my mind that there's probably some good points in there. Something that's actually founded and, down to earth.
Joe Rogan opened it up and he said, dude, this looks like fucking jibber jabber. The fucking
I've not read it, so I can't.
Dude, you probably can't even read it because the dude talks in fucking curses.
Yeah.
And like fucking... the words in there are unreal.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's...
Whenever somebody has a theory of everything, I think they're full of shit, dude.
Because that's quite a bit of information that you're trying to expunge.
Because we've all been trying to figure this shit out for a while. And I guess what? Me and Jesse, you've been trying to figure this shit out for a while. You know where I think we are? 0%. We've got it figured out. We're about 0.
Absolutely 0%.
We have all
well, maybe like 5 to 10,000 zeros after the decimal.
0.1.
And then a 1.
Yeah.
And that's just enough information to say that we go to the bathroom every day.
Yeah. It's like, dude, have you ever gotten deep into thought and just been like, where all did this really come from? Because you're like, dude, literally the universe, dude, the universe could just be nothing. Like nothing. It could just be like all blackness or like, like nothing.
Yeah.
Why is this here? What is happening?
You can't
What is
ask
life?
me.
Dude.
I don't
Answer the-
understand how sunlight is so bright.
Answer the question.
Yet when it travels through space, like, sunlight's lighting up the earth. It's daytime. Okay, when that travels through space, you know what color it is? Fucking black. We can't see it.
Dude, they tell you in school, fire can't be made in a vacuum. Space is a vacuum, and there's a big ball of fire in the sky. What the fuck?
It just goes to tell you that the human mind cannot comprehend the things that are in play. We can't understand. It's not for us to comprehend. It's not our job to comprehend.
At the end of the day, Jesse, I go to bed every night and I have no clue what the fuck is going on, dude.
We are only here to conquer our body. That's it. That's it. You're supposed to be here to figure out this thing.
Mind, body, spirit, dude.
I mean, we're just a squid covered in a bone suit piloting a meat mech. That's all we're doing.
What is consciousness, though?
Subconsciously, I'm staring at a fucking squirrel right now.
That's consciousness.
Locked in, dude.
Squirrel. No, I don't know. That's another one of those questions where it's just like, I can confidently say, I don't know.
Dude, imagine.
I want to know.
Imagine right now, they just wake you up out of like some sleep chamber and they're like, so how was it?
Yeah, like
right
imagine this has just been a DMT trip.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you just wake up right now and they're like, hey man, how was it?
Yeah, how was it?
Yeah.
And then all of those memories come flooding back, and all of these memories go.
Yeah, like a dream every
Yeah.
morning?
Yeah, like what if we just woke up and all of this just gets erased and we wake up in a spaceship somewhere? Like, hey, how was it? Did you get? Hey, how was that video game? Was that good? We've been working on this for a while.
Dreams are another fucked up thing, dude. Have you ever had some? I now have one like every week where like if I don't drink and I'll dream like hard. Do you ever have those dreams where like it affects you for like half your day and you're like, God damn,
Yeah.
that dream was fucked
Yeah,
up.
I actually had a pretty bad one about 3 weeks ago.
And it affects you for like your whole day and you're like,
Oh,
what
it
the
had me
fuck?
jacked up for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Have you ever had one like where, like I thought I crashed my truck at work, and I was having to do all this other shit in the dream. Like I was having to get the insurance papers. I was all this shit. I ran into somebody, and I woke up and I was like, oh my god, I was stressed the fuck out,
Yeah,
dude.
you wake up stressed.
I
And
was
you're like,
like-
this is not the start to my day that I wanted.
Dude, and it fucked up like the rest of my day. I was like, dude, at least half my day till like 11. I was like, dude, that shit.
You're doing the speed limit. You're stopping at every stop sign. You're watching every red light.
Yeah. It stressed me out to no ends. And I was
Something
like, what
even
the
looks
fuck?
semi-familiar from the dream. You're like, oh, I'm doing 5 miles an hour. 5 miles.
Yeah. What was the dream you had that fucked you up for 3 days?
It was pretty bad. We were, it was me, my woman, my little girl. We were at like a football stadium, and we had went out into the parking lot, and the little girl wanted to fly a kite out in the parking lot. And we were out there, had all the doors open on the car, and we were flying the little kite. And well, the string went off the kite, and it just stayed in one spot. It didn't fly off; it just stayed. It looked like a bird.
Yeah.
It just stayed in one spot. And I was like, well, that's a little weird. And I sat down by the car, and I was by the back door, and a little girl was sitting in my woman's lap in the driver's seat, and they were just talking. And I was sitting there looking at that kite, and I was like, man, why is that thing not flown off yet? Like the string's blowing in the wind, and it's just sitting there. And didn't think nothing of it, and I kind of glanced down at the pavement, and then heard like this big deep, just man, what is that? And looked up, and it looked like streamers going through the sky. Next thing I know, here comes like Mount Everest falling through the sky, and hits off in the distance, and it's just this massive cloud just and fire. And the last thing I remember in my dream was me grabbing my girls.
And you just woke up
and shutting my eyes. And as soon as my skin felt heat, I woke up.
Yeah.
That had me screwed up because it was so vivid.
Have you ever had those fallen ones? Like where you're falling?
I fell out of planes. I have fell off buildings. I've been bitten by snakes.
I've never almost hit the ground though in the fallen dreams. It was just like as soon as I fell off of something, like a building.
As soon as you get that,
yeah,
you
like
wake up.
that. Yeah. I've never like fell all the way.
I tell you a dream that has stuck with me since I was a kid, and it actually had real life semi consequences. Nothing that was actually wrong, but I did hurt myself a little bit. Laid in the bed, sleep, didn't think anything about it. Got off the bus up here when we lived at the top of the hill. Got off the bus, went walking through the yard, and stepped on a stick. And out of the corner of my eye, I seen something just writhing around. And I looked over. Well, it was a snake about as big as the school bus.
Shit.
Just unraveling itself in the yard. And I went, huh. Took off running through the yard. And then as I was getting towards it, it was this plank white fence that my dad actually built back in the day. Was running towards that fence, and there was a sharp pain in the back of my neck. Boom. And mustard went all over the fence. Mustard, I don't know why. I don't know why it was mustard. But it was fucking mustard. It went all over the fence as soon as that snake bit me. Hit the ground, and I just remember looking at the fence, and it was like I just kind of faded out. And I woke up, and ow, God, what is that? I had a pocket knife open laying in the bed that had cut my neck right here.
Oh shit.
Yep. That has stuck with me since I was a kid. It was one of those weird little dreams.
Yeah.
And then I woke up with a serious pain in the back of my neck thinking, it was just a dream. And sure enough, in my sheets was an open pocket knife that was just kind of digging into my neck right there.
Another one, it's like where real life affects your dreams. I was about 6 months ago, I was falling asleep to those morbid midnight videos.
Yes.
And they were just playing on my TV. And I've done it. I was having nightmares every night of like what was actually going on in the video.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't stop watching the videos. And I was like, what the fuck? Dude, it was some of the scariest fucking dreams I've ever had. Because they was like telling the story. And I guess my brain was just absorbing it and just blasting it out in a dream.
There's a period of time right after you, like when you're laying in the bed and you're still conscious.
I was like getting attacked by demons and all this shit.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my God.
There's a period of time when you lay down in the bed, and you're laying there and you're getting ready to go to sleep and your body starts to shut down.
Dude, are you not able to just, as soon as your head hits the pillow, just gone?
I can't do that.
Dude, but as soon as, if I lay down and close my eyes, you've got about 3 seconds before I'm fucking gone.
I cannot do that. It takes me an entire process of laying there, relaxing, clearing my mind, relaxing again, and then once everything starts to shut down. But going back to what I was saying, there's a little bit of time there, right when everything starts to shut down and you go into sleep. Everything that your ears hear goes straight to the subconscious. Everything. So like if you've got headphones on and you're listening to something, you're laying there and you're awake and you're listening to it and you're like, hey, yeah, I get it. I know I should probably be doing that. I should probably be thinking that way. Yes, this is good information. And then you start to doze off. And you doze off and your body goes into sleep mode. Anything that's in your ears is going straight to the subconscious. It's almost like it downloads it. So if you're listening to spooky shit like that
Yeah.
as you're going to bed. Once you kind of like conk out, there's a few minutes there where that's just going straight to your subconscious because your ears can still hear it. Your brain is still active. Your eyes and most of your senses have essentially shut down at this point, but your brain is still on, and it can still hear, and all of that is just going down deep. So that's probably why you were having some serious nightmares.
Dude, that's exactly why. Because I'd wake up from the nightmares and just be like, "Oh, Morbid Midnight's just telling a story." It's like those 5-6 hour long videos of like just scary stories, like 6 hours long, all different ones. Yeah, it was that shit.
I like those park ranger stories.
Yeah,
Stuff you've seen in the woods.
I've been trying to fall asleep to, like, I'll just put on like rain noises or something
That's a really good one
instead
for me.
of giving myself nightmares.
That's a really good one for
But
me.
that.
You need to look up binaural beats too.
Here's another thing. I don't even know why. Like, I always just like having something playing
Yeah.
while I'm sleeping. But literally, it could be pitch black darkness, no sound, and like I'll sometimes even be in my work clothes. If I go horizontal, dude, my brain tries to start. Like, even if I'm not trying to sleep, like if I'm laying on a pillow on my bed and I'm watching a YouTube video, like just as I lay down, my brain will like try to shut down and go to sleep as soon as I do that shit. And I wonder if it's just because I'm so fucking tired that my brain's just like, we need to. Oh, we get a chance. Shut him down. Shut him down.
Pushing the big red button of
Sleep, motherfucker.
Yeah, I can't. I laid down on the couch. It was like 10 minutes. Well, not even 10 minutes. You text me at like 1:10. No, it was like 2:10. I don't fucking remember. Anyways, like 30 minutes later, you had text me, I'm on my way. In that 30 minutes, I had went horizontal and fell asleep.
Yeah.
Just next thing I wake up and Lauren's like over my head, like, you sleep? No.
My cousin yesterday told me that she took a nap yesterday, dude. She went to bed at 1, like accidentally fell asleep at 1, didn't wake up till 4:30. What the fuck? I was like,
Yeah,
yo,
hey.
what the fuck?
I got a thing for that.
That's a 3.5
I
hour
got
fucking
a
siesta,
thing
dude.
for that.
Is it cocaine?
No,
Okay, good.
sadly
Continue.
not.
Sadly,
Sadly not.
do not be touching hard drugs.
I'm not. I'm not.
That's not what I heard from the people you work with.
I'm kidding. Bullshit.
Anyways, what?
So, Tuesday?
I just made that up.
Yes.
Jesse's mom.
We know.
Allegedly.
We would have Catoosa County PD down here.
Yes. But earlier in the week, this week, I had an instant where I only slept for maybe 2 hours during the night. And then immediately got up and went to work.
Was it a Sunday night?
I'm off Mondays.
Was it a Monday night? Did you drink heavy Sunday and Monday? Garrett.
No, I did not.
Garrett, dude, this is my first 2 drinks since Monday. I only had 1 beer on Monday. I ripped through the whole week. No alcohol. Dude, I literally felt like I was on Adderall Thursday, Friday, and all day today. I felt like I was just... boom, bam, bam, just full speed. I was like, damn, so this is what it feels like to be a normal person.
And only got 2 hours of sleep. Worked a 10-hour shift the next day. It was Monday night. Worked a 10-hour shift. Came home Tuesday evening. Laid down in bed. Scrolled on my phone for maybe 30 minutes.
You
5
tired?
o'clock.
You had to have just been tired.
5 o'clock. Went to bed.
I've
Fell
done that
asleep.
same shit, dude.
I woke up at 8:40, somewhere around 8:45, 8:40, 8:45, somewhere
That
around there.
evening or the next morning?
That evening,
Okay.
after I got home. Fell asleep. And I woke up around 8:40, 8:45. I was like, where am I?
I figured out the secret,
My-
too, now that he brings this up.
My brain was so mentally exhausted. It was like, sleep.
Yeah. I figured out the secret that geezers use, like my dad and your dad, to get up at ungodly hours in the morning. And because I've done it like probably 3 or 4 times this
My
year.
dad wakes up and sits on the toilet for 30 minutes scrolling TikTok.
Actually,
That,
no,
and then
45.
and then is in there brushing your teeth in the kitchen, slamming all the fucking messing with all the glasses and
All
the
the
shit.
pots and pans and making
Mother
breakfast.
does that.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, you go to bed at like 9 p.m., 8:30 in the at night, 9 p.m. You will wake up no alarm clock at like fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. I promise you.
Yeah.
Because I've done it like 4 times this year where I went to bed at like 8 because I was exhausted. I woke up 4:15, wide awake, like looking at my alarm clock, like, yo, what the fuck?
During the work week, we tuck in the little girl at 8. That's her bedtime's 8. During the work week, we're in the bed 8:45. Typically, I'm asleep by 9:15.
You can wake up at like 4:30 in the fucking morning doing that shit.
4:45 in the morning. My alarms don't go off until 4:55. 4:45, almost like clockwork.
My
I
alarm
wake
clock
up.
wasn't even supposed to go off to like 6:10. I woke up at like 4:15.
Awake.
Wide awake, dude.
Awake.
Like, ready to go.
Yeah, and you feel good.
Yeah. That's why I had to go back to just drinking till like 1 o'clock in the morning. And then just hitting my snooze like 10 times, like, I'm good. I'm going to make it. And then on like the 5th snooze, I'm like, oh shit, it's 6:49. I need to go take a shower and fucking roll.
That took me the longest time to try and figure out, because I was going to bed like 10:30, 11 o'clock, sometimes later if it was a late night.
Yeah.
God, you wake up the next morning and you don't want to freaking move. You just, and you're the whole day's like that. The whole day's like that.
Here's another funny one too about chicks. I hate it for chicks because literally all I have to do, wake up, brush my teeth, take a shower, and I can fucking roll out the door, dude. They like looking at my sister and my cousins. They have to get up, fucking put all their shit on. Dude, it takes them like a fucking hour and a half to get ready before they can even hit the door. I can get up and ready in like fucking 10 minutes and be gone out the door.
I think that's just the common plight of a modern day woman, but my woman doesn't do that.
Yeah.
It's the whole makeup, fixing your hair thing.
Yeah.
My woman wakes up. If she needs to take a shower, she'll take a shower. Most times she showers in the evenings. Wakes up, throws her hair in a ball cap, gets dressed, goes
Rolls.
goes to
Yeah.
work. She does what we do.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And here's another one between a man's work environment and well, I guess not really well, and like an office worker's environment. Basically, a woman worker's environment, but because we have like our Snapchat or whatever, like me, Fallon, Scotty, all them. Scotty sends a Snapchat. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. She's in a completely silent office. Nothing's going on. They got like sound deafeners everywhere. It's peaceful as
just
fuck.
the occasional clack of the keys on the
Yeah.
keyboard.
I just open my because I'm in the terminal. Fucking packages are coming down the fucking line. I'm pouring sweat, dude, because my loader's a fucking piece of shit. He ain't loaded my fucking truck at all. I'm sitting here. I just go. I just start a video. I'm sitting here pouring sweat. There's fucking packages everywhere, all over the fucking truck and shit. And I'm like, yeah. I show him the belt. There's just shit furniture, all shit going everywhere. And then Scotty puts a funny thing in. He's like, oh, here's my work environment, nice peaceful office. And then meanwhile, Hagen's pouring sweat at 8 o'clock in the morning, loud as fuck, because the big ass fans are, and then packages are coming down the fuck. And I'm like, yep, that's the difference between.
Need to get me in on that, because I should send you a video of me at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
under a floor.
In the darkness.
In the darkness with death metal playing in the distance.
That's what I'm saying. See, you don't work in no fucking office. That's what I'm saying. There's a difference between an office worker, or I guess that's what they call it, blue collar and white collar work.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was just hilarious. It was just 8 a.m. at some office somewhere in downtown Chattanooga. Just some lady just, hey, oh, look how peaceful it is. Look, they got me my coffee. They made me my coffee. Meanwhile, at the Federal Express, just shit's just hitting the fan early in the morning. The chaos.
That's the way it goes, man.
Hilarious.
And construction's the same way.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, it'll be
I don't know, dude. These
7 o'clock in the morning.
These union fucks that I used to work with at NABCO are the laziest fuckers I've ever worked with, dude. I hate them so
That's
much.
union. You get out there
Okay,
on like one
They
of
would
these
get
little-
on my ass because I'd work my ass off. They're like, "You're not supposed to do that." And I'm like,
Yeah, slow down. We get paid by the hour.
I'm sitting here just
Yeah.
going like, "Dude, I'm not doing that."
Garrett's got his fingers up on his good hand. What?
Roadcaster's unplugged.
What?
from the computer.
Okay.
Who cares?
We'll plug it up in a minute. It's just the Type C to transfer the file. It's still recording.
Okay.
We only have Jesse, dude. We only have 35 hours left on the SD card.
That brings up a thing about what you were saying about FedEx and everything, it being just loud as shit.
Yeah, and just a chaotic work environment. It's chaos and people
Fucking
quit all the time.
County work. Oh my god. It's
You spend most of your day parked on a road somewhere in your truck on TikTok. What do you mean?
not really.
Dude, I'm just in a
I'm gonna go
fucking-
disappear. I'm going to Cracker Barrel to get me something to eat for breakfast. It's 9:30 in the morning. I'm going to Cracker Barrel. I'm gonna get me some pancakes, and I'm just gonna disappear.
Dude.
What?
For example, today I'm just in a big ass house on wheels. 3 lights on the dash. Check engine lights flashing all day. Fucking ABS, park and brake emergency brakes on all fucking day. Little wrench lights on all day. Truck fucking.
Ding, 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 ding.
Just fucking full blast on the radio, just Grammys by Drake, just speeding down the fucking street through these residential neighborhoods. Just the most ridiculous shit of all time. And then dude, I swear that's probably why people fucking quit. It's because they just get overwhelmed.
Hell, you sent me the picture of your truck this morning. I was like, it's a fucking Saturday.
Yeah, it was not bad though. The picture I sent you, the picture I sent you, what was that? Friday, where I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, dude, I had 280 boxes I had to deliver, and then you remember whenever I sent you the picture later in the day after my pickups, I ended up picking up like 50 something boxes from these like True Medical Solutions, you know, the medical plate. They ship out so much medical bullshit, and then Newcomb Springs, I didn't know that. Here's another thing I learned. Newcomb Springs, I've been picking up there for years, but did you know they run a whole business of just shipping out springs to people? That's all they ship out is springs all over the country. And those boxes are heavier than fuck, too.
It's metal.
Yeah, just full of springs. Like a box like this big will be like 80 pounds, just full of springs. I'm like, damn, so they can run this whole fucking building over here by just painting springs and like curling them up into springs and just shipping them out all over the fucking country. What the fuck? I didn't know you could do that.
Apparently. Somebody's got to make them.
There's tractor trailers in and out of that building all day. I'm pulling up. UPS is pulling up, and I'll pick up 15, 20 boxes of just, there'll be like, 1,000 springs in one little box.
They're probably supplying hardware stores.
Businesses
that are building something that needs springs, like, you know, freaking front doors.
Now that me and you go deep into it, you're right. No wonder they can do that shit.
Yeah,
because there's springs
everywhere.
Cars got springs. What else got springs? Fucking
just about any type of machinery, anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's all they ship out is all shape sizes of springs. Holy shit! Who would have ever thought? Damn, why didn't we have that idea? Hey man, let's make some springs.
We were born 100 years too late.
God, that is manufacturing in the United States, dude. Springs.
Freaking springs. There's a place across from our shop over in Chattanooga that just makes bicycles.
Really? That's a tough one.
They just make bicycles. American Bicycle Company. They just make bicycles.
It's pretty fucking sick.
And you go out there around lunchtime, they're all sitting in a big circle in lawn chairs in the parking lot. A couple of guys are throwing a frisbee.
Most of those dudes at True Medical Solutions, I think they just buy that shit and then resell it to people at True Medical. But they ship out a ton. They ship out like 200 a day sometimes.
What are they doing? Like fucking drop shipping medical supplies or something?
I think so. Because it's all they ship out is medical supplies. And they've been shipping out weight sets and shit here too recently. So I don't know what that, maybe physical therapy.
Physical therapy, yeah.
You ship that shit to physical therapy places.
Huh.
I don't know. And McKee e-commerce pickup. That e-commerce pickup for McKee over there on Park Lane, they ship out stuff. Why does it say Drake's on it? Is what I'm wondering.
Probably
Drake's
using boxes.
No, what's that company?
Drake
It's from
is
McKee.
another company of
McKee.
McKee bought Drake's.
Allegedly, they ship them up north.
No.
I'm just saying. So they got, but they do still ship out Little Debbie's.
Yeah.
But like, I
They
think
ship out Little Debbie's all over the damn
Drake's.
country.
Drake's is another cake company.
is the
that McKee
e-commerce. Is that so? Because we just got that like last year, the e-commerce. So the McKee, I'm wondering if McKee started like a ship to home e-commerce company, which is why they're using us and UPS to pick it up.
Probably.
Because that's what
bought.
they.
Where are you taking it?
I just pick up the packages, and they're like little FedEx packages, just regular FedEx but they're filled full of Little Debbie's, and they're getting shipped all across the country and shit. So, and it's just called, and the pickup is called McKee e-commerce. It ain't just like a regular McKee pickup. So I'm wondering if they started like an e-commerce thing, you know, like Amazon, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, something like little gas stations could order a box of Debbie's.
Yeah, something like that, I guess. I don't know.
Where you don't have to really order in bulk. You could just order, hey, I want this many oatmeal cream pies, this many Swiss cakes.
Yeah,
And just pack it up in one box, ship it to them.
and then the FedEx man shows up.
And then that little Indian can restock his gas station shelves.
Yeah,
All right, that's smart.
yeah, pretty decent
I
idea.
mean, hell, you know.
Everybody's doing the e-commerce.
Makes
shit,
sense
man.
for a multi-million-dollar corporation, you know. Probably multi-billion by this point.
No,
Which
it has been a multi-billion
Blows
dollar
me
company.
away because I have forgotten what a little Debbie
Jesse.
fucking tastes like.
It's
I
pure
have an
fucking
idea.
sugar.
Dude, imagine this like 100 years ago. Dude, I have an idea. We're going to make little cakes, and we're going to make billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Right here from Ottawa, Tennessee.
They've got plant. They've got. This is how much research
Another
I've
one of our
done.
big pickups is fucking Bone Distributors. You know, the fucking Frost Cutlery.
Yeah.
They ship out so many fucking knives. It's
Oh, I
unbelievable.
bet. A lot of people order knives.
Yeah, Frost Cutlery down there. God damn. Dude, those boxes are heavy as shit too. Like you said, all metal.
Oh, yeah. Dense.
This is how much research I've done on little, or not really, real Little Debbie.
Don't worry, I'm at their house. I'm doing more deeper research. We don't care.
They've got a plant in Arizona. Stewart's
Did it
Draft.
start here? Yeah, they live over there. Am I right? Never mind.
Yeah, yeah. This is their headquarters, college.
Yeah, they've got a plant in Arizona, Virginia.
Yeah.
Stewart's
Phoenix,
Draft.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Stewart's Draft.
Virginia.
Uh,
I forget the rest of them.
I just had their website pulled up.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I mean, they're making a ton of freaking money just selling little cakes. And my dad's just over there making sure that their air conditioning works. And they're just,
Dude,
they
have you-
can't afford to lose him.
Have you applied there?
They can't hire me.
Dude, just apply.
We had that conversation.
Dude, I know, but dude, just apply there and see if you can sneak in.
I did. And my dad got the application. He went, I can't hire you.
Oh my god. He should just hire you and see what they say.
It's conflict of interest, family shit.
That worked
like
for my
It's
dad.
called favoritism.
favoritism. It's not-
No, it ain't. It's called.
there's like an official office term for it, and I can't remember what it is. I know it's a conflict of interest. Shh. You're not allowed to have like a team of related individuals.
ism. Nepotism.
Nepotism.
Yeah.
Nepotism is essentially the same thing as favoritism, but that's the official term. For
I had to get the damn cogs turning.
the favoring of close friends or family in positions of importance within your business. And nepotism.
I told my cousin too about me not drinking since Monday, and I was like, dude, after about 2-3 days, man, it feels like the cobwebs. You remember Patrick's brain? That's probably what it feels. That's what it feels like in my head, where it's like they're actually turning.
Company locations of McKee Foods is Collegedale and Tennessee. Well, Collegedale and Chattanooga, Tennessee. Gentry, Arkansas. Stewart's Draft, Virginia, and Kingman, Arizona.
Supplies the entire United States. with
Supplies
Little
the
Debbie's.
whole United States of Little Debbie's.
Drake's.
Drake's is Canadian. I think they bought a Canadian company.
That's what they've been shipping out.
Yeah.
The only ones that they have not bought out yet is
There's a duck
Hostess.
on the label.
Huh?
There's a duck on the label.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only ones that they have not bought out yet is
Reese's.
Hostess. They left
Nestle.
Hostess alone to have a competitor.
What about Nestle?
Left them.
Nestle is a
Oh, so they're almost a
terrible company.
they're almost a monopoly. McKee. If they only have one competitor.
You know,
That reminds me, I had to work today.
monopolies have just been glossed over for several years now. Nobody really cares. At least the government doesn't, because the government itself is a monopoly. They've just kind of been, glossed. Look at Amazon.
Massive.
Amazon owns Twitch, a gaming streaming company.
Yeah.
They own TV streaming companies.
And Jeff owns a fucking newspaper.
Owns a newspaper. So he owns TV stations. He owns gaming platforms, streaming services, TV streaming services. He has one of the most successful, if not, well, he's in second place next to Elon, the most successful e-commerce business on the planet.
And a space company. But guess what, dude? About 3 years ago, Amazon was trying to use us to ship all their shit. And he was like trying to like not pay us and shit. Like enough to like ship something from like California to here. And he was like trying to like make it cheap. And FedEx just told him to stick his middle finger up his ass, dude. And we just got rid of him, dude. But we still do the whatever it is. The
I
third
hear a
party
fucking
sellers.
wasp.
I gotta pee too. You wanna pause?
Yeah, we can pause. Back.
We're back.
We're good.
Alright, ready? Here we go.
Hang on. To preface, this is going back to the clip that Hagen couldn't really find a little bit ago. Talking about how a man just locks up in response to a question.
Artificial intelligence, or Lavender, by the IDF in identifying Hamas targets?
Look, I'm not, without going into all the details, I'm not on top of all the details of what's going on in Israel because
Dude, if you answer a question like that, you're guilty.
There's just so much shit going on that side of the world. I wish we could just...
They couldn't get along. Turn it to glass.
Precisely. Just... Come on. I don't get it. Why has that part of the world been in such turmoil forever?
Dude, I don't know. Probably because they moved white Polish people in there, and after World War II. If you buy a globe before World War II, look at where Israel's supposed to be. It'll say Palestine.
Interesting.
And you know, whenever they were trying to
Interesting.
relocate the Utas after World War II,
Yeah.
they were thinking of a couple places. That's the place they chose, I guess, because of Jerusalem. But they were thinking about a place in Texas too. Put them. So they were just basically choosing where to put them after World War II was over, which is why Israel's basically an all-white country, because they were all like from Jews from Europe. They're not even fucking tan and Middle Eastern.
Wow.
And if you check out that globe shit before World War II, it just says Palestine, where Israel was. They just basically went in there, took that shit over, and placed all the Jews in there. And now they're doing the whole Greater Israel project, to where they take even more of the land everywhere. And then they're going to use. So we're funding them right now. You know, with the weapons of war they're using with our taxpayer money by using Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, and all the Texas Instrument. You know, like all the military industrial complex. And then we're going to use the real estate industrial complex, like they're doing with Ukraine. BlackRock got paid billions of dollars to rebuild Ukraine. And they're going to be doing that same thing with our tax dollars to rebuild all of Palestine. So take with that what you will, and Mr. Income Tax motherfuckers out there, dude. Where you're literally funding a destruction and rebuild of Ukraine and Israel right now. We're just doing the demolition part right now.
Anywhere that these massive conglomerate companies decide that they want to make some money, they're
They
going to go
lobby
to
the
bed.
politicians.
They're going to go to bed with the government, create some fabricated story to go bomb a country and kill innocent people so that they can make some money building townhomes.
Remember they had that peace deal resolved with Ukraine, but Biden sent the UK Prime Minister over there.
Didn't Trump just say that we're done?
Yeah.
He
He
said-
said that shit like a while ago, like 2 months ago.
I just seen this like a couple days ago. He's like, "We're done. If
And then
y'all
Israel-
cannot figure out your whole little peace thing, we're done. We're done sending you money. We're done sending guns.
Yeah,
we're done
just-
sending
we're
all this
minding
shit.
our own business,
We're
finally.
pulling out. Y'all need to sort this out."
Yeah. I hope he fucking does. Dude, I voted for him to literally give a middle finger to the rest of the world, to be honest with you. He might not give it to the rest of the world, but at least this is at least a partial fuck you to the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying?
It needs to be.
It's just at least of it.
It
I
needs
wish.
to be. I just want to get all the world leaders in
Who
one
was the
room
dude
and
that
just
done
be
it?
like,
Who was the
fucking
dude that
stop.
done it? Was it Teddy? Wasn't Teddy the one? Teddy Roosevelt, wasn't he the one that said, "Yo, whatever y'all are doing on that side of the ocean, none of our business. We're gonna stick over here to our side of the ocean."
that sounds like something he would say, but I don't
And
know for certain.
that's it. And there was something called like the something Accords. I forget what the name was. It. And
It was just peace accords, wasn't it?
It was no. There was a name for it. It was about us just minding our own fucking business and not sending our navy to guard the seas.
Researching.
Something like that. But he basically, one of the presidents was like, "Look, we're gonna stay over here and mind our own fucking business and do our thing. We'll trade with you, but we aren't getting involved in all your fucking bullshit over there across the sea." You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, we shouldn't.
And
We
then
shouldn't.
They're trying to get us into a war on both sides right now with China. Dude, the UK can suck my ass, dude. They're the whole barometers of all this bullshit. All they want to do is go to fucking war and tell you what you can and can't fucking say. Dude, they don't have no fucking power no more. They can suck my ass. You know, we could team up with Mexico easily. Canada.
Yeah, Roosevelt was the one. It's not our place to have any room for intervention in European affairs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's not
We're
a
across
problem.
the ocean.
Not a
Okay.
problem.
That's what we should be right now, dude. I wish.
It just won't happen.
Because the fucking,
Nothing's going to change. That's the necessary evil that you got to come to terms with. Nothing's going to change.
It's kind of changing. Remember how bad it was a couple years ago where you couldn't say shit? We couldn't have done this. We would have been banned immediately. Because I would have been on here going, dude, COVID is fake. I'm out here with no mask on every day, dude. You guys are fucking idiots if you go get the vaccine. I would have been on here every day saying that shit. And we would have got cooked and we would have got fried off of YouTube immediately. Like they already tried to fry us with the fucking reptilian humanoid bullshit. And that's another thing.
I'm not big enough in this world for the world to affect me, I guess. I just like, look, the world's going to do what it's going to do. There's nothing I can do to change it. I wish it would change.
That's what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to talk shit enough.
Talk enough shit and
Yeah.
expect, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's just a crazy world, man.
And then they got all this shit about. Another big beef of mine was just like, why have all this time have they been trying to feminize dudes?
Because masculinity bad.
Like this whole time, they've been trying to feminize dudes. Like they crushed the Hulk, my favorite superhero, dude. They turned him into a fucking professor. They crushed a couple other things too, but the Hulk was like my main one where I was like, dude, they're literally trying to they don't want big dogs.
Yeah.
Barking.
Masculinity bad.
That's fucked up.
That's their
And then
like,
they say they don't want you to go to the gym. You shouldn't do that. That's too aggressive.
you're homophobic and racist if you go to
Yeah.
the gym.
That's fucked up.
If you're healthy, you're bad.
Yeah. Oh, and what is it? Oh, fat positive. You're beautiful no matter what. Bitch, you weigh 500 pounds. You ain't fucking beautiful. You're about to have a fucking heart attack.
You need a backhoe to wipe your ass.
God damn.
Come on.
And then you got like, well. I just hate how they keep trying to like push it on everybody though, is the whole thing. It's
Well-
like, why they do, dude, it's unbelievable.
A big part of that is tuning the fuck out.
Yeah, but still,
Tune out.
if you want to listen to anything, you got to hear it. Well, I don't know. The shit I listen to really doesn't do that. So, it's that kind of opposite. And I'm glad it ain't banned.
It's there. It's
But they have
there
banned
in
it
the
before.
in the void of just information, and they're really loud.
If Kamala had won, we would have been cooked. We wouldn't have been able to do this.
Oh yeah.
We would have tried.
Yeah, no, this would be like an Orwellian nightmare.
We would have tried, and they would have just shot us off the fucking internet immediately.
Yeah, we'd be living in the Hunger Games.
You would have just called me and just been like, Jesse, dude, they removed our YouTube. You'd have been like, Hagen, they removed our YouTube channel.
No, you would have called me and said, "Hey, you want to start a pod?" Doot, doot, doot. They'd just
They're
cut us
probably
off.
they're obviously already listening with our fucking reptilian humanoid bullshit on there. But the lady, the super liberal lady, what was her name? Because I heard a bunch of stories about her. She used to be the CEO of YouTube. The one that was like, she would do whatever
I
they
remember her
said.
name. I remember
And
her name.
she got the COVID vaccine and died.
Dead son of a bitch.
Jesus.
Yeah, she died. And she was,
Susan Wojcicki?
yeah, Susan.
Wojcicki?
She's the one where she went to college.
Wiki.
And she was one of those that done like everything right, you know, or like listen to every authority figure in front of her.
She looks like she had some issues.
Yo, you know, like she's the one where they tell the stories about. Well, I heard this from War Mode, so she was the one that like went to college, went to high school, made straight A's, listened to all the authority figures in front of her all the way through, you know, right, to like basically sucking dick to get your way to the
Played
top.
it by the book from bottom to the top.
Yes. And they put her as CEO of YouTube. And like her mindset of being that way, that's why she got the vaccine. She's like, oh, these are scientists. They're telling me the right thing to do. She got the vaccine, died. And she was the one that was banning all these people off of YouTube for fucking talking shit about that. And I'm just saying, you appeal to authority, it's not a good thing to do, dude. Look where it gets you. 6 feet deep.
There's only so much kiss assing you can do.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Wiki.
then you got like Trump, the most anti appeal to authority dude of all time, which is why I think he dude. People might hate Trump. I don't give a fuck if you like his politics or not. Dude is a beast. Gets shot, legal battles, like put him in jail, all this shit.
Mug
Like,
shots.
they do everything they can to kill this dude. No matter if you like his political shit or not, dude is a fighter, dude. He won't fucking quit. And that's something that I look up to is to like, dude, you could just keep rocking and keep going and just literally just be like, I'm not wrong. I'm just gonna keep fucking going, dude. Fuck you. I'm gonna keep doing my own thing, keep doing my own thing, and then look, next thing you know, you fucking win because there's nothing they could. And I wonder if that's just because Americans like a fucking comeback story or a hero story, something like that. Because it was basically like a movie. This last one was
Yeah.
like holy shit, the comeback. It was like Rocky, of like he got his ass kicked, and he's coming back on this next one. And they tried everything they fucking could. I'm just saying, I look at whether or not you like his politics. I look up to just somebody that's able to just say, you know what, fuck it, and just keep fucking rocking on. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the perfect president is going to be a president that
There ain't gonna be no perfect president, dude.
doesn't get involved. Like, I want a president that I don't ever hear anything about. But I see the results. I see the results in my income, in the price of
Like
the
a
things,
DeSantis?
in the You know, like, there's not all this drama surrounded, there's not all these politics surrounding them, and that's the world we live in. Of course, everything's going to be surrounded by politics and drama and bullshit. But I feel like the perfect president would just be somebody you don't ever hear about. Like, yeah, they got elected, we all voted for him, and now we don't hear about him, but we're all living really good lives, so I guess we don't have much to complain about.
And that's if voting is even real.
Yeah. Yeah, if the system even listens to us.
Dude, there's so many questions with all this.
It is. And there's a lot of rabbit holes, a lot of conspiracies, a lot
I
of
have a
bullshit.
conspiracy.
A lot of terrible just rabbit holes you could fall down into.
You know, they brought Trump in and then they done COVID last time, right?
Yeah.
So, and they got like a lot of people, probably even Trump supporters, since Trump was out there saying like, oh, it's my vaccine, warp speed, all that shit. They probably even got some of them to get the vax just because Trump made it, right? Like the extreme MAGA people.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what's the next one going to be that's coming up. Because do you think they're all in a club together and they're like, oh, we can use you this time? Like, Trump, you're going to get everybody fired up into this thing. And do you think,
They're all the cabal.
I wonder if the big whopper is like World War III. Like,
They're all just a massive cabal, and they're just...
I'll predict right now, 2.5 years from now, because these things take time. You remember, like, during World War II, they were like, oh, Franz Ferdinand got shot in, like, 19 so-and-so. And then, like, 15 years later, finally, everybody was fighting.
Yeah.
Or, like, 5 or 6 years later, everybody was fighting. And this shit all started... Because if you look in the future and then look back, and there is a World War III, wouldn't it have all started with Ukraine got attacked by Russia, like, in 2020?
Russia discovered the U.S. was funding black ops, viral science research in
Yes.
Ukraine.
And then Russia attacked Ukraine.
Russia attacks Ukraine.
And then, so that'll be like in history books way like 100 years from now, if there even will be history books, because they say that the Fourth World War is going to be fought with sticks and stones. But then, like, that'll be like the first event that they'll tell. And that was like 4 years ago. So technically, we haven't even been in World War. Like, we could technically be in World War III right now, but not even know it yet.
Yep.
That's what's crazy about, like,
We're on the cusp.
the history books.
Well, and see, that's another thing that I battle with myself about is the world tells you we're on the cusp of World War III.
All
It's
the
here.
time.
It's here. It's here. Be afraid. Be afraid. Fear, because we're on the cusp of World War III.
Yeah.
And then when I sit down and I really just stare out the window, it's like
The Amish have no clue what is going on, dude.
like
Because they ain't
really? The world's gonna blow itself up, and then those of us that don't really give a fuck have to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
Really?
And that's what me and you, dude, that's what our whole platform is about, dude. Can we just sit here and talk shit about everything that's going on? And then we're going to mind our own business and go live our life after this. And then we'll come back next week and talk shit again,
Talk
dude.
shit about what's going on. That's
Yeah.
what we've been doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, how long?
But the whole world wants to just be in conflict
Constantly.
and bullshit all the
Drama
time.
this, drama that. My pronouns this, my pronouns that.
Hey, you know what mine are?
Bitch.
Try
Don't.
me.
No, I like that. That's pretty good. I like that.
I work with a dude, bald-headed dude, about 45. He don't hardly talk to nobody. He talks to me sometimes. Old dude, his name's John. No kids, wife. Dude, he's a sweet dude. Don't talk to hardly nobody. He gets pissed sometimes. Gets frustrated in the morning because the loaders can suck ass. But what's funny to me is he has the "Don't tread on me" on both fucking arms right here, and he never talks anything about his fucking tattoos and shit. But I guarantee he's a damn true American patriot, dude. Because he has talked about Trump with me a couple times. He's like, dude, I love Trump. He's a beast. I'm like, yeah, that's the dude right there. Somebody that has "Don't tread on me" tattooed on him. What the fuck? What a beast.
I just feel like.
Dude, but if you see that on a dude that's like a bald-headed dude, like 45, you're like, that's a true American patriot right there, dude.
Yeah, he's been here longer than us, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just.
And then you see the woman with the pink or blue hair, and you go, oh.
Bless your heart.
And the fucking bull ring right here. Or what is it? The septum? Shit.
The bull ring.
I dated a girl like that. She was sweet.
Hey, no shit. Will you, me?
Garrett, get gauges.
Fuck no.
Dude, Garrett, please. Get fake ones, though. Listen. Get fake diamond earrings. Like the magnetic ones. And walk them, and they're fake, though. And just prank your dad. Like, walk into the house with them on and be like, Dad, dude, check this out. And see what he says.
I'd get a phone call. Hey, you help me come bury your brother?
You can be like, Dad, they're fake. And just put them off.
There's a guy that
How do you think he would react if Garrett just walked in with those on, but he didn't know they were fake?
Honestly, if like from on a real life, if either one of us were to walk into my dad's house with, fake or real earrings, doesn't matter. Walk in the living room and just stand there. Just be like, what's up, Dad? He would stare.
blinking
And just look at you.
intensities.
And and you could see all the thoughts running across his head.
Just
Yeah. And then he would just, what have you been into? I honestly think that would be his most genuine reaction. Is you could see everything, every hatred, every love, every memory,
his
everything
face, just red, just going
about his son would just run across his face, and then he'd go, "We've been into," because that man knows his boys are his boys. He's done what he can do. Whatever they do from here is up to them.
Oh shit!
Me and a bunch of buddies, we have nicknamed have named someone. I had brain fart. Sorry, I had to rethink. Have named someone that is a part of our friend group Bullnose, because she legit has. It's a she, by the way. That one of the guys that we barely talk to.
Just take a 9-volt battery.
That's what we have intended to do. But one of the instances that we have had before is I was up here one time for my buddy's birthday, and we all were drinking and everything responsibly. Allegedly, drinking responsibly. His dad was out there with us. He was hanging out. Out of nowhere, they just up and leave. Go to the van, do something in the van, and then come back like 30 minutes later. I don't know what this guy and his woman come back. My buddy's dad just goes, "Oh, what's up, Bullnose?" and turns back to the fire.
Oh no! So the name y'all had been saying that she didn't know about
Was Bullnose.
was Bullnose, and her dad said, "Hey, what's up, Bullnose?"
No, my buddy's dad said that to her.
She probably just thought he was just being a dick.
Yeah.
if she didn't know, she was like, "Damn, that dude's
yeah.
a dick."
Yeah, and we just...
I wonder if dude had to break it out to her later, like, he's not a dick, really. We were all,
No,
all
about-
my buddies are calling you bull.
About 30 minutes later, they just up and left. Didn't say nothing. They literally did an Irish goodbye. Just didn't say
Up
nothing.
the road.
Fuck the road, dude. Fuck the English. Fuck the English, dude.
So her now nickname is Bullnose. Because I swear, this thing that she's got in her nose,
It's like spiked and
it's
huge.
like that big around.
Oh my god, that's an ugly.
All the way through.
I refrain from giving people names and labels based off their decisions. I just know that
G-Man, Tractor Man,
I didn't make that decision, so
Hyper Leader.
MED Exotic.
that's old school. We don't speak of that one.
29.
My first gamer tag ever was Nail Eater 45.
Little Balls 345 dude.
Mine was Nail Eater, and I made it on my parents' email address. And my mom got the PlayStation notification that an account had been created, and she went, "What is Nail Eater?" And I went, "I don't know."
But I need you to activate this.
Yes. Can you send me the code?
Well, it wasn't really a code. You had to click on the link that was sent in that, and it would send it to the Sony website or the Sony.com, activate the account, and then you could do whatever.
Have you seen this? Hold on, I'm gonna show you this.
I hear a fucking fly.
I think we're rabbit trailing pretty good here. That gum. Who was that?
Garrett!
That gum! You just hear the 6-year-old in the background. What?
Almost made me
Well,
spit
they
my
got
beer.
this on Spotify now. It'll load. You just post your Patreon episode on there.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Nice. Too bad we don't have a Patreon yet.
You want a lip pillow?
Ain't nobody gonna pay for
Got
that
one in.
shit.
Oh.
Ain't nobody gonna pay for our fucking Patreon.
Nobody's gonna pay for anything that
I
we
haven't
do.
even checked our views or nothing.
We're like 19.
19 again.
We're just cruising.
Dude, I still haven't made that fucking TikTok account or nothing.
You need to do that.
I know.
Any little thing that'll help, you know.
Yeah, I have even a clip ready for it, and I just still ain't done it yet. I'll do it.
I think the biggest part of this is
next
just
week.
being able to sit down, talk shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't. I don't care about views.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm almost treating it as in like, you remember how long it took us to even get it started?
It's just a really It's gonna take that long, if not longer.
I'm sitting here going like, should I make that TikTok account yet? We've only been doing it for what, like 2 months?
Yeah.
And once I make the TikTok account, then I'm gonna have to start doing that too, and then
Pick that up when you're ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Pick that up when you're ready.
I'm treating basically everything in life right now as like,
Because right now, the only thing that this is doing, seriously, is like the people that are immediately in our orbits are listening to
Yeah.
it. They're finally getting to figure out what the hell we talk about, what we think about.
Yeah.
Give them time to process that before the world finds us.
that, and I was just about to bring a point about like, I've just been using my straight up gut to do everything, and I'm just like, nah, it ain't time.
I've essentially detached pretty good.
I've just been listening to my gut only because it's never been wrong, and
I've
I've tried
stopped
to use
letting
my head.
my brain overwhelm me.
Yes,
I've just, just
like,
take
I ain't-
life a day at a time.
ain't doing it.
I'm tired of the stress. I'm tired of the worry, and I'm tired of the. I'm
I'm just glad that
I'm gonna live in bliss.
I'm gonna try to pull a fast one too this week. Tomorrow, I'm gonna see if Robbie, because I'm off this Friday. I'm gonna ask him tomorrow. I'm gonna say because we just hired basically two new people, and we're about to have a third new guy coming in. So we're
Yeah.
gonna be fully stacked. We are taking Appleton, Tennessee back Monday though, since that contract collapsed. So
Yeah.
we got to take part of it. But we're hiring 2 people. Plus we got 1 more coming in, and I'm off for Tuesday and Friday, and I'm gonna go, dude. How about I get off Saturday and Sunday too? I'm gonna see if he can squeeze me in a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I can have finally like not just 1 day off and then work like 2 or 3 more days and then all that shit, to where I can just have a full 3-day fucking weekend. Dude, I'm gonna fucking eat that shit up. You have that shit every week, dude. I can't believe it. If I pull this off, it's gonna be insane. I'm gonna ask him for it.
I'm glad that I finally got my Fridays back. I really am.
It only took being out of town
a
for
4
a
day.
whole week.
Well, I've been back on the Monday through Thursday for about 3 weeks now.
Do you have to go back next week?
No, I'm going back downtown.
Next week?
Yeah, next.
Okay.
I'm back at my normal post next week.
Oh, so y'all completed that whole job in 4 days?
No, 2 hours.
And we're just hanging out up there for fucking...
Yeah. We sat in a van most of the.
While everybody else was doing what they needed to do.
Yeah. Trying to get people to say, hey, we need to talk to you. We had to shut down some air compressors. It took us 3 hours to get in touch with the guy that could turn the air compressors off. It took us about 5 minutes to do what we needed to do. Took another hour for somebody to come back over there and say, why are these off? We told dude it was going to take us 5 minutes. He disappeared. Been gone an hour. Most of our time there was just waiting. Just waiting for somebody else.
Have you realized that? And you could probably pull this off too. If you just have a hard hat on and a construction vest or just a FedEx uniform, any type of uniform like that, you could basically walk into any place.
You've seen those videos of the guys carrying a ladder.
Just walking in.
And just walk in like a movie
Yes.
theater somewhere and say, we're going back here to the so-and-so, and they just walk in.
Yes. That's fucking crazy, dude.
I don't try to do that, though. That's just, I don't know. I don't try to do
You're
much
gonna
of
be
anything.
back in that same room on Monday
Yeah.
with just the.
Because there's just an air compressor in there. It runs 24/7. And I looked at the little gauge. There's a little gauge on there that tells you how much pressure, how much load is actually on the machine. Because it ran a bunch of pneumatic stuff throughout the complex. And the gauge is just on 0. There's nothing hooked up to it.
What the fuck?
We've taken all of the old, like, there's maybe 1 floor, 2 floors
So
of
it's
a
just
building.
electricity just getting blasted into that.
It's air. It's an air compressor.
Oh.
Because we had like old pneumatic dampers and stuff that it would control. It used air to move fins and direct airflow. And we've taken most of that stuff out. There's one building left that still has like some pneumatic stuff in it. And the load on that air compressor is just damn near at 0. It's not really doing much of anything. I asked the maintenance guys the other day, I was like, can we just turn this thing on? No. Because it's running this. When y'all gonna replace that? We don't know.
That reminds me, I had to work today.
What'd you do?
I had a tire amnesty day.
What does that mean?
Oh, that's right. Y'all collected a bunch of tires today, didn't you?
Guess how many tires we collected just from Catoosa County residents? Just only Catoosa County.
100? No, 1,400.
2,400.
That's close.
There was guys.
2,400 unused tires.
Oh no, used and everything.
Put
I
them in
mean,
a
like
huge,
unused as in they've just been sitting in a barn somewhere.
Garrett,
Yeah.
dude, put them in a huge pile and just pour gas all over it and just light it
Well-
on fire.
The blackest smoke you've ever seen.
Well,
It'll just burn for years.
I have evidence.
So why do y'all do this?
It was the first year of ever doing it.
Oh, so this is the first time y'all have ever done it.
Yeah. We got a grant from, it's either the state or something. I can't remember. Last all year long. Any tires that are brought in from off the side of the road, we get reimbursed for.
Okay. Bring us a bunch of tires, you get paid.
So
Tell the entire county, bring us your old tires so we can get paid.
earlier, 2 hours ago, on Catoosa County's government's Facebook page, all had. And the one picture that is on there.
There's Garrett. Made public once again.
Dude, look at that face, dude. Put that up to the camera. Look at that face.
For courtesy, this is me, everybody. Well, you just showed your face, Jesse.
You have to get like an hour and fucking a half in.
That is me at work.
Face.
I can cut my face out of this. It's not public yet.
Dude, I would keep it in for just because it's an hour and a half in. I'd keep it in, and then only people would know would be like barely any. And then if it does get big years later, and they're like, Jesse, we still ain't seen Jesse's face.
They go back all the way back to this
Hold on.
video.
Like one original fan will be like, well, I have his face right here from episode whatever 12, fucking an hour and 35 minutes in.
Hell, I thought I had avoided it too. I guess I didn't.
So,
You're good, dude. You wanna end it?
yeah, we had 2,400 tires come in. 2 tractor trailers. We filled a tractor trailer less than an hour.
Jeez.
Both of them?
Not both of them. We didn't have enough manpower to fill the second one.
You're there.
You should have seen some of the tires that were brought in.
Dude, I'll fucking pick that shit up and throw it 15 feet, dude.
Like tractor tires.
I deliver that shit all
No,
day.
there was a couple that brought in a set of tractor tires.
Hey,
They were too big.
dude,
We told them to take them back.
48 pounds. That's all they are. Seriously, it says it on the label. Huge ass tractor trailer tires, but this thought says they're 48 pounds without the rim on them. On the label, on FedEx. You can pick that shit up. They're heavy as fuck. Well, not really. I think they might be
The
60.
tires I put on my truck.
No, I'm lying to you. They're like 68. They're only 20 more pounds. Just, you should be able to pick them up. They're heavy, but you can do it.
Speaking to say, the tires I put on my truck are like 62 pounds.
You remember that video, that picture I sent you of the tractor trailer tires? That was all
Yeah.
going to fucking one house. Dude owns his own tractor trailer and does his own shit. He orders all this shit through us. Yeah, that's how I know that shit. They're like 68 pounds a piece.
Damn.
Yeah, we filled up a tractor trailer less than an hour.
And then you open up the back door of your truck, and then the customer's just standing there, and you just launch him at him.
Across the yard.
Dude, some people ship their tires with fucking rims on them still.
Yeah.
Like
That
the
would
rim's still on it.
Suck.
And then, yeah, they're heavier than fuck. I didn't do the rims are heavy.
I wonder
as
if that's
shit.
like somebody that ordered it off eBay. Like somebody had a set of tires and wheels like somewhere. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
ship those to me.
Yeah, I guess. You can order
I'm trying to find a new
$20.
set for my truck. I'm trying to find a set of 17s.
You need to quit dicking with it.
No, here's the thing.
Jesse,
Here's-
not Jesse. Garrett, just drive it till it fucking explodes.
Here's
Don't
the
do
thing.
nothing to it. Just keep the oil changed, water changed, and just make sure it's taken care of. And just drive it till the motherfucker can't go no more.
I
That's
can
my
do.
advice to
I
you,
can do that.
financially.
I can make it tomorrow, or I don't drive it no more. All I got to do is send a piston to the fucking moon
Why would you do that?
for the fun of it.
10-4.
But
Just go, Garrett, dude. Drive your truck down here and just ruin the whole farm right there, with inside that fence right there.
I can do it there. I can go down there in the bottom
I
and
had
do
one
it.
of those thoughts, you know, like where you're about to jump off a bridge.
Yeah, I can't say that I've ever had that thought, no.
Like whenever you're standing on a tall thing.
Bullshit.
Oh, the little voice.
Dude, you know, you're like a little garden y'all got going out here.
Yeah.
I thought about, literally as soon as I pulled in, I said, I wonder what they'd think if I just took my Mustang, floored it, and just ran it right through the garden, dude, and just got stuck and just went, damn, what happened?
You would probably die.
What if you just looked outside the window and just went,
Damn it, Hayden!
I go, Jesse, dude, my retarded impulses got me.
I'm just going to stand there at the front of your car and just...
And that's the thoughts that go through my head sometimes. I literally was pulling in. I was like, I could just floor it right now, just drive this car into this garden and just be like, damn.
And then that other voice comes in and says, why would you do that?
The other voice that comes in says, don't do it.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Come on. Really? Don't do that.
I wonder what the violent facing, or what is it, the fucking arguing voices in your head.
The angels and demons.
It's like those two guys. Damn. It's like those two guys on ASDF where they're arguing with each other off in the distance. And then all of a sudden, you hear one of them go, apples! And it just goes, boom.
The dumbest thing you've ever seen from really far away.
Have you seen that meme with the dinosaur, and there's the two cheetahs looking at him, and they're like, and the dinosaur just goes, I do not vibe with this universe.
And his head just...
Yeah, and the two cheetahs are just,
Yeah, imagine if you could just check out like that. Just, I don't want to do
what was
this
that
anymore.
with, Dr. Manhattan, where it was like, I heard your mom didn't like Ligma, and he goes, no, I heard JFK didn't like Ligma. Who the hell is JFK? Lick my balls. It just makes the dude disappear.
There's some serious brain rot out there, that's for sure.
That shit's hilarious.
In the meme world, there's some stuff that you can see, and it'll stick with you until the day you die. And when we get Alzheimer's, we're gonna go.
One of the funniest,
Fortnite.
the funniest shit of all time. The funniest shit of all time right now on Twitter is you know how you can at Grok? And, ask you a
I've been
question?
seeing that.
Anytime anything insane happens, the top comment is just at Grok, is this real? Florida State shooting. At Grok, is this real?
That's That's right. We just had another one, didn't we?
It was just one woman shot, I think. I don't know what happened there.
What the fuck is going on with the damn world? What is people coming to? Is there just random not?
It never fucking stops.
It doesn't. Stop.
Okay, the people that fucking do this shit. Is the wires not completely all the way connected? Are they held on by a...
People have been asking these questions since the dawn
Tell
of
them
time.
the quote about the 90% and the 10%. Everybody thinks the world is actually 90% normal and 10% crazy. In reality, it's 90% crazy and only 10% normal.
Does that also mean for the people that have autism are fucking normal? Because
Yeah.
I'm a fucking... I'm not really normal, but...
You're a lot normal than a lot of the people. Whenever I go to my cousins down on Russell Boulevard that are fucking sitting there going by themselves, tweaking, just going, "Thank you, motherfucker. You fucking bitch." Just tweaking, walking down the fucking Russell Boulevard solo by themselves. You're a lot normal than those people. And then have you noticed that the women that smoke crack for a long time, they have the frog ass, like a frog standing up, their whole ass disappears.
What,
Seriously.
What's the
Have you noticed that, dude? Their whole ass disappears.
Frog
You smoke-
ass.
Hey, all the ladies out there, dude, don't smoke crack for a long time. Your ass will disappear, dude.
It's because you always walking to find your next rock.
You got your shit pounded in for $10 a piece. Dude, you're
Is it just held... Is the
if you bang
wires
one of
just...
those women, you're gonna wake up with damn cream pudding coming out of your wiener, dude. You're gonna have like something you can't wash off with Ajax,
fucking
dude.
crabs.
Put that on a cracker, dude.
Oh, hey, Ray. What did they do back in the day? You got a book and you told your buddy-
Hardback book. That's why it's called the clap.
and they told you, and your buddy with a damn sledgehammer just came up and
If it was a mild enough case, all you had to do was slam the book.
George Washington had it, dude,
He also had horse teeth.
and
So-
slave teeth.
Yeah. So
Beast. And you know they put the
I love that Shane Gillis skit
Yes.
about the teeth. He's like,
and you know he was crazy
why
too.
is that the last thing you show me?
And you know he was crazy too because they put
There was lead in there.
mercury too
Lead and mercury.
in your to like get your teeth set.
Yep.
And he was a giant 6'5" redhead.
So he's
dude.
just
freedom. A giant Irish fucking redheaded dude that's 6'5" on a boat, just like we're gonna kick these fucking English
across
pussies'
the freaking
ass.
Delaware on Christmas.
We're gonna kick these English pussies' ass, dude. Get them out of here.